other venues. My one venue, which I used predominantly on my 7 Deadly Sins, was Amazon, because I was like, you know what? I'm making 8 brand new, 7, not 8, brand new costumes, and I want better wigs that aren't matted, and I'm like, you know what? I'm really not going to be wearing them out and about. I just want them for show and to look pretty in these pictures. So I'm going to go on Amazon and buy $20 wigs. I don't care. I just don't want to spend a lot of money on this. And I've gotten these wigs, and one of the wigs I did spend, I think it was, pretty sure it's $25 to under $30, is my cotton candy wig, which you saw on Sunday. That is Sloth's wig. Sloth is a light blue coloration, and her light blue dress, it's very pretty rainbow look, but Sloth is my sin, so I of course wanted to make it better than it really is. It's an awful sin to have, but that wig, I got so many compliments on it, and I was telling people, I'm like, guys, this is under $30, like, it's on Amazon, I'll show you the link, it's amazing, it's cheap, and it never gets ruined. I walked around all day. I partied all night in that wig, and it's beautiful still. And I'm like, like that is what you want out of a wig. And my other ones, my Pride wig, I went to a few. My Pride wig is a very long, almost 35 to 40-inch wig that cost me under $20, and it lasted throughout the whole day at a con. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, the one thing you want to look for is you want to make sure that the wig is going to be thick enough. My Undertaker wig is also from Amazon, and it was under $30. It just is frustrating when you go to get a $60 wig at Arta, and it gets ruined when you could go to Amazon and pay half the price, and it lasts a little longer. But I have to plug one more person, because this was a godsend to me. My Etsy friend at Oneable Wigs, the store is called Oneable Wigs, and Anna White, is my number one wig maker of all time. She made my Death Pact Angel wig, the black wig, and then also my Greed / Golden Dragon wig, which is the blonde curly hair, the bleach blonde hair, and then the pure black hair that I wear for Death Pact Angel. And these wigs are the best wigs I have ever gotten. Yes, they're expensive. If you want to say expensive for wigs, I mean, they're around $80 to $90 each. But these wigs last. I wore giant wings and giant headpieces and stuff on these wigs. And these wigs get matted and ripped apart almost with me putting on the items that I need to put on. And they're like natural human hair, guys. Like, I can comb through it. It doesn't ruin. I can heat this wig up. I can make that long black wig into a curly black wig like that. My blonde hair I wore to a party where I got so sweaty that my 2 cosfam had Arta wigs, and their wigs were ruined. They literally, like, took them off. They're like, oh, my gosh, like, I can't believe my wig is just ruined now. And I took my wig off. It looked pristine. And they're like, okay, we made fun of you for spending that much money on a wig, but we take it back. Like, that was worth it. And I'm going to have these wigs for, like, literally, I could see me wearing these same wigs for the rest of my time costuming, because they last. And spending double the price on a wig that lasts, to me, is totally worth it. You need to make sure, you invest in this and you keep them in nice condition. You comb them after wearing it, but investing in an expensive wigs, like from Oneable Wig on Etsy, again, we will put her contact information in this portion so you guys can check her out. But Anna White does amazing work, and you click on her store, ask her if she has the wig. She has like over 45 different types of wigs that are all gorgeous, but she can even make custom wigs, and my black one was a custom wig, and it was just awesome.
Damn. Wow. So basically, to close off, I think this episode, I think the main question is, out of all of this preparation, out of all of these costumes that you have done and created, what was probably the easiest for you to create? And playing the shoe on the other foot, what was the most difficult to create?
Well, creating wise, if you don't make anything, that's going to be the easiest. So I'm going to say, like, my Catwoman was the easiest because I didn't really make anything. You just piece the things together. And yeah, I know costumers who do that all the time, and it is semi-stressful sometimes because you don't know if all the items are going to go, but it's still so easy to just, like, go on Amazon and click, oh, that's the knife I want, that's the vest I want, those are the pants I want, boom, I made a costume, snap of the finger, Amazon primed that to me in 2 days, love you, and it's awesome. That's a simple way of doing this costuming thing that we do, and I love it, and I don't really care if people do that. I've done it before. I think as long as you're still staying true to your costume and the character you're costuming, it is the easiest way to create a costume. The hardest way is to create it all from scratch. And that's kind of what I did with the Death Pact Angel. I ordered my basic, like, underwear clothes from, Amazon, and then I just built on top of them. And, yeah, it took me forever. It took me over 2 months to create all this stuff. I, of course, created the wings from scratch, the back plate from scratch, the jewels I just painted, the chest plate and my Warblood chest armor I created. I modified a skirt that I was able to find at Akira Chicago. Love you guys. I modified it by cutting it and doing a little different things to make it flow differently. But in the scythe, I forgot about the weapon, the scythe, the handle, everything. And to be honest with all y'all, my costume is not even done yet. We didn't get to complete everything, which was a little tear down my face. But the headdress is coming. I'm going to have giant angel wing horn type look for a headdress. They're about 12 inches tall. So they're coming, and I'm going to figure out a way to attach them to my beautiful wig from One of a Wig. Another plug. And then I still have to complete my scythe, which is not all the way done. But I'm going to have it completed soon, and we'll take pictures, and I'll show everyone. But I'm just glad, as a costumer, I think that is one thing everybody needs to take away from their costuming fiascos, is I was super upset and a little frazzled getting to the con because I knew my costume wasn't complete. And it makes you a little sad when you put all this time in, and then you're like, oh, I still didn't get to finish it. Then you go out on that floor and you present your costume, and no one frickin' knows, guys. No one knows that you're missing a bead or you're missing some part of your costume, because people just see you and they're like, wow, you did so much work and you did so awesome. And as long as you're not going in front of a panel of judges like some of the people who had to do. So if you're missing items or you didn't paint some item, the panel of judges is, of course, going to call you out on it. But the people on the con floor, all they want to do is see how beautiful the costume is and see that you created something and see you in it and just get a picture with you or something. So I think it's a good lesson to just try not to freak out when all your planning and everything doesn't always work out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. If you feel you still want to present the costume because you spent umpteen hours on it, do it, because people aren't going to know. And then you go home, take a breath, complete the costume, and present it again. And when it's all the way completed, you can have that satisfaction. But the people who are looking at your costume, they don't really care. They care about the fact that you completed a magnificent costume. They don't care that it was 110% accurate or whatnot. And if they did, then screw them. It's not about them, it's about you.
I think that's probably the best way to put it. So that is going to wrap it up for the main preparation stage before the con episode. Second part of this, day in the life of a cosplayer. Of course, we still got one more part, which is, of course, Victory Bell is going to take us through a day in the life of a cosplayer, the day of the con. It's going to be intense. But before we get into that,
that's the easy part.
Well,
this was the hard episode right here. This is the episode everybody hates.
Oh man, but let's go into some of like the cheap plugs that we probably have to talk about. I mean, you mentioned at least, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like that episode of 2.5 Men where Alan asked Charlie, you know, how many shots did you take, and he's just doing like multiple times where he's counting his fingers, and then he just says, I have no idea. But plugs and anything coming up this weekend for you as far as con-wise, or are you...
I'm not going to Planet Comic-Con. I kind of thought I was going to, but after this weekend, I'm dead. So instead of going to Planet, which is in Kansas City, Missouri / Kansas, you know, it's on both sides. But you guys can go. Please still head down to Planet Comic-Con if you're planning on it, because it looks phenomenal. It looks like another one of those huge cons that have so many celebrities going and so many great cosplayers going. It's worth it. You should do it. I'm going to be up in Chicago doing the open house for the International School of Comics. I'm going to be doing live art for them, so I'll be putting on Wonder Woman again and just kind of helping these artists show off their skills by posing very still for 30 minutes and whatnot. So if anyone's in the Chicagoland area and wants to come out to this free open house, it's on Hubbard Street. Again, I will be posting about it on my Facebook page, so if you guys want to check it out, it's going to be downtown Chicago. It's worth it. It's really cool, and if you're interested in doing manga, comic book art, or just learning the industry of the artists, all these teachers work in the industry. They're comic book artists, and they're getting paid to do that, and that is their job, and that's awesome. So come out, see if you can do it, see if it can be a part of your life, or if you're one of the cosplayers or want to be a live art model, it's a good opportunity to kind of see that in action and what it takes. And you can, of course, ask me questions. I would love to answer them. And just fill you guys in on what, you know, the International School of Comics is all about here in Chicago. But other than that, I do need to give a few thank yous out there. Of course, Unrivaled Prototyping, Daryl and Tyler, who spent, I'm going to go with 40 hours this week at my place finishing the costume with me. They were amazing. They did a ton of work and put in so many hours, and I can't wait to show them, you know, the completed project when we get everything totally done. But it was amazing. They didn't get to go to the con with me to see it in action, but you guys did great. Thank you so much. I want to thank Joe Alexi, aka Photocon, my photographer, who came with me as my handler / photographer at C2E2 on Saturday. Him and me might have been a little bossy, yelling at people like, watch out, there's huge wings, watch out. But I just want to thank him for, you know, doing that and making sure my costume stayed intact and made sure people were, you know, being respectful around me, because I did have 16-foot wingspan, and walking around with 60,000 people isn't always the best. So, Joe, you were amazing. Thank you so much. I want to thank Rob Fury from the Age of the Geeks, who let me be at the table, gave me that area so that I could put my wings down once in a while when I was walking. It was a pain in the butt to have 40-pound wings on you for umpteen hours, and having the Age of the Geeks be so kind and watch the wings and just invite me to be at their table. It was amazing. I also want to thank Yaya Han. Blah, blah, blah. Skirt. I want to thank Yaya Han for doing my kitty ears. Thank you so much. She did kitty ears on Sunday for me, and she sells those ears everywhere. So it's really good, you know, to see those Yaya Han ears and know that they came into a great costume. But one of the main huge costumers that I have to thank that was at C2E2, she's amazing, is Ivy Doom Kitty. I got to interview her in a Cosplay Connection. That's going to be up on my Facebook page soon. But she took the time out of her day to talk to me just about costuming and about what C2E2 is all about, and, you know, why she does it and who she hopes to help with her costuming. She's a fantastic costumer. She gave me a print of her Doom Kitty, which is part of her, you know, her name is Doom Kitty. It's her Dr. Doom with kitty ears. It's amazing, and she does a bunch of charity events for kittens and everything. So I want to thank you for giving me the time to do that. And